Yeah, yours is. Mine'll do. Hi, good morning. We have Humaira.
Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. It
Yes,
it is 10:03 a.m. Eastern time. Is that we're on the
it
same
is.
time zone, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
it is. Yep, 10:03 Eastern. Um, yeah, and I am in a different location.
Yeah.
I am visiting my
Yeah.
daughter in Davie, Florida, down at Nova Southeastern Medical School. So, um,
Wonderful.
yeah, super excited. Yeah, thank you for joining us today.
Of course.
Go ahead and just jump right in. Tell us about you and what you do.
Okay, will do. All right. So I always say that I'm a recovering graphic designer. I've been graphic designing for the last, I don't know, 20 years. And I have, first of all, first and foremost, I'm a mom of two boys. They're twins. So it was partially them that made me decide to go all in, quit my 9 to 5 3 years ago. And I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it anymore.
I totally
So,
get it.
yeah. And, I was, it's not that I had a very taxing job or anything, but I just was like, this isn't my purpose. This isn't fulfilling. And there was something, I knew that there was something more, inside of me that wanted
Yeah,
to do more, right? And I'm sure that that's a classic entrepreneurial story that a lot of you might have. But for me, it was pretty scary because we relied on two income heavily. Yeah, it
yep.
was just very, very, very nerve wracking. I wouldn't recommend people to do it if you don't have at least enough savings
Oh
and then
yes.
quit your job. Don't do it, without having that in place. But I did it in cold, but I also decided to go all in. It was this or nothing, right?
Yeah.
So that was a huge mindset shift,
Oh yeah.
huge mindset shift. So here I am, 3 years later. I'm a brand strategist helping. I've helped from startups to entrepreneurs, six-figure entrepreneurs, and now I've been just doing this for the past 2.5 years, and I love it. So
Yeah, that's awesome. So
yeah.
you were in the place. Okay, first of all, good morning, Tammy and Donna and Kawana. They all said hi.
Hi.
Yeah, no, you're in the place where I am at this moment, in very much I'm gonna jump in and I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into the deep end come
Yes.
January. Yeah, but it's a little scary, but I've been working the business to get to the point where I felt like I could actually start getting there and be a little more on the way before I just pulled the plug. That it is scary. That's a very scary leap to take.
Yes, and I've had pushbacks and family members, and
Oh yeah.
why are you doing this? Are you sure you're doing the right thing? And it's like you're never sure about doing the right thing.
No.
You just have to do it.
No. You just
Uh,
gotta take
you'll
it.
find out the answer later,
I know. One way or another.
one way or another. Yes, but
But you do have to believe in yourself. I mean, that's where it really, really does start. So,
yes. Yeah,
uh,
it's the conviction. I would say that the more conviction you have within yourself, and it's getting up every day in the morning and just literally priming your mind to say that you got
yep,
this. Because I'm not gonna lie, it has been a very rocky road. I had to figure a lot of things on the way, but it has been such a rewarding journey, just like raising children,
yeah,
uh, that I would not do anything else. There's nothing that could replace this.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I was fortunate at when my children were young. Because how old are your boys?
5.
Yeah, I was fortunate at that point to we were living off my husband's income, and I was a
Yeah.
stay-at-home mom. So
Hmm.
that was then. This is now. It's a whole nother story. But Kwana says that she's in the same boat. She said She says I'm where you were with the 9 to 5 and feel the same way. Trying to jump in, but I'm single, so it's all on me. And then Tammy also says, "LOL, me too. Want to take the plunge, but working part time right now." Yeah, so
Yes,
it's a
I would
very
say.
common theme.
Yeah, and I would say that, I've talked to people. Currently, I have two clients that are working 9 to 5 jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and they're in the same boat. They hate their jobs. But what the smart thing you can do, if you can put money aside and if you can put in money early on in your business to get it moving, and hiring the right people to help you out in the
Yes,
first round. Because
yes,
if you don't do that, I promise you, it is a the online space is a very, very tricky and crowded space, right?
yeah.
And
Oh
it
yes,
takes it takes time to click, everything, make it click, you know.
it does.
So if you have the budget, if you have the resources, do it now. Like,
Yeah,
get the foundations,
yeah.
get the foundations
I have to be
in.
completely honest. Just for the sake of anybody here,
Hmm.
for the first 4 months, it was just me. And I did have at one point I had a VA who was just doing a little tiny bit for me, and then when I realized November rolled in, and January 1st was right around the corner, which is my drop dead date. I'm like, okay, there is no way in this world that without some serious help,
Support. Yeah,
yep,
serious support. Yeah.
that I'm going to actually be able to quit come January. And
Hmm.
so I literally borrowed the money from my daughter, and
Oh,
I'm borrowing the
yeah.
money from my daughter to pay
Yeah.
the VA to help get that, because my husband's currently unemployed. So I mean,
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
it's not a
Yeah.
woe is you kind of situation, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, so it's like Brit, just figure it out and get some help. If you're at a point where you want to jump in completely and drop that full-time job or even the part-time job like Tammy, you got to just figure out how to make that,
Figure it out. Yeah.
because it's made a huge difference just in, this is second week. This is my second week and it's been huge. So
Yes.
for
Yeah.
sure, for sure, for sure. Okay, so would you say what the next one of the next questions is, what do you feel like was your biggest challenge in the entrepreneurial journey when you got started? What would you say that was for you? Was it what we were talking about?
Where do you want me to start?
Yes.
Well, okay, so each challenge, each investment, each the courses I bought and everything that I've done so far, it has taught a lesson. You know,
Yeah.
Everything has taught a lesson. And what I can tell you is that, you can sit there and some investments paid off over time,
Mm-hmm.
and some investment was just like a fluke. It's like, why the freaking, I don't even know my card was on autopilot.
Yeah.
Why am I paying for this?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you come in, people like you come in, Deanna, and you're
Yeah.
like, do you use this service? Well, why are you even paying for this?
Yeah.
Why are you
Yes.
even paying for this?
Yeah.
Did
Sometimes you don't know what you're paying for if you're
Yeah,
not
you don't
paying
know.
attention. Yeah.
But I got serious for the last year with my P&L statement and
Good.
looking everything step, like, what am I not doing? What am I using? What am I not taking action? Everything you say every word comes out of your mouth have to put into action. And if you're not doing that, then in the online world, what I've learned, that you can tell people all the things that you think or believe that is to be true, but if you're not following yourself,
Mm. Yes.
If you're not following your own rules, you need to get back and evaluate your own brand, who you
Yeah.
are,
That's fair.
right?
Totally
Is
fair.
that, does that make sense?
Yeah, it
Who you
does.
are, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? What are your core values?
Yeah.
And really establishing your, I always say that people build a house, but they don't have a roof on the top, or maybe they do have a roof, but it has a lot of leaks.
Uh-huh.
And the, as your business progress, you realize that it's going to get really expensive to replace that roof.
Yes. Yes, that's a good way to.
Yeah.
I love those types of visuals.
Yeah.
So the biggest challenge then was just all the different materials and courses that you took and how to pull the pieces you needed out of it.
How to pull the pieces together, connect the dots, because you got to have a big picture. You got to have a
Mhm.
full big picture of your business, where it's going to go. Where do you want to take it to
Yeah.
go, right?
Right.
And if you don't have that vision, you're working towards nothing, right?
Yeah.
It's empty. It's an empty shell.
Yeah.
So right now, I used to take on clients where they would say, "Hey, I just need a website, or I need this, you know, funnel set up, or just get me a landing page." And I don't take those type of clients anymore, because I don't know their foundation. I don't know
Right.
what type of foundation they have. I can't build something on top when I don't know where you started,
Yeah.
right? So foundation is huge. Having those pieces in place in your business, having the systems in place, having the right setup where you understand your mission, you understand what is your vision, and
Mhm.
everything kind of is built on top of that, right?
Yeah. Right.
So, but what most entrepreneurs are doing is that they're skipping that whole part and getting to the
Mhm.
good stuff. Like, I just want to market and get clients. Doesn't
Yeah.
work that way. Doesn't work that way. Your
Yep.
energy has to be aligned inside,
Yeah.
before you do anything else on the outside.
It's very, very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was slapping pieces together, slapping this with this, and oh, this, let's throw this in, and all of that. And yeah, it just doesn't fly until you get a full good feel for exactly what you're doing. And Kwana says, yes, I just started an action list, real action towards my goal. Yep. Awesome. Okay, so what about, let's see, I don't want to miss anything, and I don't have I'm going by the seat of my pants on the questions.
It's okay. Everybody shoot questions at me.
Yeah, but
Whatever you want to know about branding, whatever you want to
yes,
know about, uh, how does branding affect marketing? Because a lot of people, they separate the two, and in fact, they're like cousins. You try to separate them, you're in trouble. You, I make the whole you compare it with peanut butter and jelly, cousins, blood cousins, all that kind of stuff. But you get my point.
absolutely. Okay, so yeah, one question I did miss was how did you end up doing what you're doing? I said, I know you were doing web design and all of that to begin with, and
Mm-hmm.
but how did you even get there? So what led you to that area of expertise?
Well, like I told you, that a lot of my clients were coming back and to telling me that they had a website, they had everything done, but they're still not getting clients. They're still not
Mm,
converting. They're still not attracting the people that they want to attract. So we had to go back to the roots. Like, we had to go back to the foundation. Like,
right.
well, let's see, what did you miss? Did you do this homework? Assessing your target audience, assessing your competitors, assessing where you want to be, how you want to be positioned in the market,
Yeah.
and yeah.
But how did you even like
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for example, I ended up doing accounting because I'm a very analytical numbers person. I actually have an undergraduate degree in physics, and I went to get an engineering degree and then decided, no, I'm done with that. So I moved over to business, and I that's where I ended up focusing. How did you get to this was your area?
Well, like I said, I was doing graphic design for a long time, right?
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I was doing, graphic design in the marketing department in my corporate years.
Okay.
So I've been doing that for 10,
It's
12
just been
years.
a gradual
Yeah.
shift of,
And
yeah.
then what I noticed that there was a pattern, there was a problem and a gap in the market, you know.
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
problem was people were just not having the results that they were getting.
Yeah.
So it led me to become a brand strategist. Yeah.
Kawana asks, do you have any info on how to get to your niche and tie that into your branding?
Oh, yeah. Where do you want me to start? That's a long discussion, but yeah, I mean, we spend a good chunk of time assessing your positioning, and positioning has to do with finding out your niche, finding out what exactly, where do you fall in the map in terms of if you're selling a product, service, any of that, how does that fit in? If you're a health coach, for example, and there's 20 other health coaches doing the same thing, how are you going to be unique and different than all the other coaches? So there's a process for that, right? There's a
Yep.
process for that. So yeah, I definitely do that. And then once we find that positioning, we tie all of that into the branding aspect, which is, figuring out your visual colors, your styles, your personality. How does that all fit in to create that identity? Okay. And that is the identity that we want to present to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, guys, if you have any other questions, pop them in. But at this point, can you give us a couple of tips? Some little nuggets of information for us to use in our businesses.
Well, definitely, I say that, the first thing round is figuring out who you are, which is really sitting down and understanding yourself, how what is your why? And I know that everybody says, I've done my why exercise and all that, but it's really figuring out your mission, planning out your vision, and then work from there, work back, everything backwards, right?
Yeah.
And then how does that tie to your brand? And that is where, I would normally help with, how does your vision tie to your actual visual identity, right? But I would say start there, because it's a lot of people, what they're doing is they're trying to date people online in the business world.
That's fair. Yep.
And they don't even know what their match is. They're just randomly dating.
Interesting. Yes, I definitely.
Yeah.
That's a very, very good way to describe it.
Yeah. But if you know yourself and you know that that's the kind of person you are, your values, and you have a set of principles, you're going to stick with them. You're going to make them as your guiding decision, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if this guy is a billionaire or millionaire, you're not going to date him because he doesn't align with you. He doesn't fit.
Yeah.
So it makes your marketing decisions a lot easier when you know them, right?
Yeah,
so
it does. Yep. Okay, so no one else seems to have any questions, but I do.
Shoot. Hey.
So I'm gonna ask. Okay, so a lot of times people, when they talk about branding or they hear someone talk about branding, they think of the colors, the pictures, that. Okay, right? And so it's very hard for those of us who are not familiar truly with what branding is to grasp it, because it is generally abstract.
It is a very difficult subject to understand. Yes.
So when a brand strategist comes along and we're trying to fully understand exactly what that process looks like, it's hard for us because we're not familiar.
Yeah.
So how would you describe what a brand strategist truly does in layman's terms? Sorry. Brand, yeah, can you just kind of, I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to let you talk.
This is what I love about online business, online world. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you, okay, if anybody is still listening, do we have any people here still listening? Okay.
We do. We have 4 viewers at the moment.
We have 4 viewers. Okay, I want to ask you guys, this is going to be interactive. When you think about a drive-through coffee shop, what do you think of?
Iced coffee with French vanilla and almond milk.
Okay, let me ask you another follow-up question. What is the first thing you notice when you drive by a coffee shop where you're thinking about grabbing a cup of coffee? And yes, it's about the coffee, but you want to, in an environment where you want to sit down with your laptop and maybe put your headphones on and work in that environment. Where would you go?
Okay, yeah. So if that was my goal, Starbucks.
That's called positioning. That is positioning. That is what it's in your brain. They have positioned you in their, in your, they have taken the space in your brain that when you want to sit in an environment, not just drinking coffee, but you want an environment where you want to sit down and have that relaxing environment where you can have this peace of mind where you're working. Okay, that's called positioning. That's called positioning. That is what a brand strategist does. It makes you position in the marketplace as an expert. Okay.
Yes.
Let's think about another one. When you think about when you have a cut on your hand, what is the name that you think of? What do you say? What do you ask for?
That's a good one. That's a good one. Band-Aid. Okay. Yeah.
That is branding. It's all about positioning. And when you do it, it doesn't matter if you're a health coach, you're a fitness coach, you're a Reiki coach, you're an energy healer, doesn't matter. You can position yourself as the expert in the marketplace when you know what your competitors are not doing. That is what, and you take that opportunity and put it in a place where you can be the person that your competitors are not serving.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep. And somebody said, yes, agree, know what your mission and vision first to align it to you. Exactly. Absolutely. You have to learn how to talk to your, the voice you create, the tone of voice, everything you pick from a color palette to all of that stuff. Everything you think of is like your business is like a human. It has its own voice. It has its own outfit. And if you're going to the wrong party with the wrong outfit, you're not going to be seen.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
So you have to be in the right party in order to make an impression, and you have only 15 seconds to make that impression.
Okay.
Less than 15 seconds, actually.
Yes. Like maybe 3 or 4 seconds.
Oh God, yes. Yeah. So it's really like I recently hired a coach. I had no idea who she was. I didn't know what she's selling, but I creeped up on her profile, I creeped up on her profile. I watched her videos. I looked at her feed. I looked at what her mission was. I was immediately sold. I didn't even have to get on a phone call. There was no sales call, nothing. No strategy call, nothing. Nothing.
That's impressive. Okay.
That's the power of branding.
You have to. I want to see that. You need to send me the information on who that was. I just want to see what it looks like.
Well, yeah, she's she's been doing this. She's a high profile coach, but
Yeah.
she's positioned herself. She's been doing this for many years, but the way she has programmed her profile, the way she has prepped her profile, it's already done. It's already doing the pre-selling. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Oh yeah. No, I know exactly what.
It's already doing the pre-selling, so there's no need to be on the messenger going back and forth like, here's what I do, here's what I, what are you looking for? None of that, because
Yeah.
it's all there. And that's what a really strong branding will do for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Yes, very, very, very lovely description. My analytical mind still says, okay, well, what does that mean? But hey, that's me. And that's the numbers girl right here talking. But yeah, no, I get it. I understand what you're saying for
It's
sure.
the feeling, it's the intangible emotion that we can't put a finger on it. But when we see it, we have a gut feeling. And that's the brand. That's the brand that gives you that emotional connection with your audience.
Yeah. I will definitely, Sheila, we will definitely add Myra's link so
Yeah.
you guys can see.
I would say the best thing, I would say you can go on my website. My website has recently have taken a shift in terms of, because who I'm trying to attract and all that. So a lot of the content is getting updated. The best thing would be to, if you want to have it just a simple chat with me, is I can, Deanna, if you're okay with that, people can hop on a call with me, and it is
Absolutely.
not a sales call. It is just to understand who you are, where you are in your business. And like I said, I don't have a course. I don't do any of that. I have a very different process with working with my clients, and I only, I'm very selective on who I work with. So
That's awesome. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Sheila, in other words, if you want to chat with her and find out a little bit of information, send you a DM.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Feel
Yep.
free to send me a DM. That would be fine. Yes. And I also do have a free Facebook group if anybody wants to join. Okay. I do a lot of free trainings.
Pop that.
A lot of free trainings. Yeah.
Pop that in the comments when we're done. All right. That way they can get.
We'll
I want to.
Sure. Okay. For sure. Kawana,
Yeah.
thank you. Yes. Yeah. Positioning. Yeah. It's huge. It is the one thing that can make or break your business.
Yeah, for sure. All right, love. Anything else? Anybody else? Anything, guys? Anything?
It's Friday.
It's Friday. I'm getting ready to drive to the Keys.
Oof, aren't you lucky?
Uh-huh. I'm totally excited.
I'm gonna head back and think about lunch for my
Yes, well, that's fun too.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us in my chaos.
That is the world we live in right now. That's life.
It is.
It's all good. It's all good. Well, thank you so much for doing this. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's my pleasure. I love them. I absolutely love them. Stop. So we have a great weekend. My daughter's stuffed animal for my puppy. See you guys later.
All right. Have a good one. Feel free to chat with me. Thank you.